Here's the autographs on the bat, and it's also a barnstorming bat. I'll let you read this. Authenticated by Barry Halper. Possibly used by Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig and given to somebody. I'll go into the video in just a moment. Hello everybody, here's a baseball bat that I recently picked up at auction. It was authenticated by Barry Halper. If you don't know who Barry Halper is, he was a huge collector of sports memorabilia in the 80s. And you can see it's signed by Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth. The reason I bought it is because of Babe Ruth. And you can see it's a 125 model, which is game used model. But this is not used in the regular season. This was a barnstorming bat. From what I believe, in the 1920's. I don't have the exact year offhand. I do have it saved somewhere in my phone. And you can see it's also stamped on the end. It might be hard to see with this lighting. Baseball players would have the bat stamped when they liked a certain model of bat, and they would have more produced of that bat in weight and size. And I'll also add pictures of this bat so you can get a better look at it. And you can see that there's bat nails all throughout the bat. This bat could have been used by Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig, and it doesn't have a name endorsed on it, but I do believe that's because it was used in barnstorming. It was authenticated by Barry Halper, and on his authentication page, he does state that this was a barnstorming bat, but there was no way to actually justify who used it. I would say it had to be either one of them because they both signed it. So it was either given to somebody by Babe Ruth and signed by him and then Lou Gehrig, or else vice versa. You can see it's fountain pen. I don't even need to use the loop to show you. If you look real clearly, that is not something, that is not new ink, that is not a modern pen. And you can see it's spot on with his autograph if you compare it to other exemplars online. 100%. Babe Ruth was known for his B being higher. You can see it stands higher than the rest on his first name. That's a known characteristic of his autograph, as well as the way the E comes up at the end. That's a known Babe Ruth characteristic. The R is always bigger than the B usually on most of his autographs. So it is definitely an authentic autograph by Babe Ruth. Also, when he brings his H, he kind of goes back a little bit. And same with the T, when he slashes, it comes back a little bit. And there's usually some ink that comes back right at the edge. So that's definitely authentic. It has not been taken to PSA or SGC or Beckett, but I would like to, because it would bring the value up if they were to pass it, that is. They seem to only pass autographs that are very faded. They don't want anyone getting rich off of them. Even when the autograph's authentic, they'll fail it because those companies are pretty much corporate. They're not trying to make the lower class people rich, even when we find something amazing. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this bat. I'll add some photos and snapshots of it, and also snapshots of the authentication page by Barry Halper showing you that this was used in barnstorming, which I thought was very unique. It does have a crack along the handle, and it has been repaired. Behind there, I'd like to show you these letters that were written to Babe Ruth. If I could get the light to not glare off of it. You can maybe see it better. Mr. George H. Ruth. Christy Walsh. They spelled Walsh's name wrong right there. Wallish. Anyways, that's when they were asking Babe if he would come to, I believe, the orphanage for the kids. It's hard to see. This lighting is horrible. I have two letters that were for Babe Ruth here. I framed them. They're both authentic letters that were written to Babe Ruth, asking for him to attend at their orphanage or some type of an event. I can't go into details because the bat's in the way there. But Babe Ruth was known to visit children often because he was also an orphan at one time in his life before he got famous with the St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys in Maryland. If you didn't see my other videos earlier about a postcard that I found where Babe Ruth was 8 years old, it's assumed that he's 8 years old on that photo, and I did some photo matches on another video showing that I found one of the oldest cards known to a Babe Ruth collector, and we believe that it's 100% real because the facial features match up. Anyways, these are from different orphanages, and this one's dated in 1939 in New York, and this one I also believe, 1939. I'm also looking at some other interesting pieces at an auction that I have my eye on. There's a St. Mary's jersey that I'm thinking about buying. It wasn't worn by Babe Ruth, but it could have possibly been from the same orphanage, St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys. It does say St. Mary's, but we have not been able to verify if it's definitely from that St. Mary's school, but I will be showing videos of that also. Anyways, I hope you guys like and subscribe and let me know what you think of these items. I have so much more to show you, and I hope you guys enjoy everything that I'm sharing. Have a good one, guys, and God bless.